Hey friends, thanks so much for stopping by and watching my video today. I really appreciate it. So today's card, we are going to be making a quilt card. Now, I've been having some fun making these quilt cards. I love the way quilts look, but I don't make quilts. So just so you all know, I do not sew. But I just love the way they look. My husband's grandmother used to make quilts. I mean, she made gorgeous quilts. But I like to make them on cards, and to me, they're so much easier that way. And you don't need all the paraphernalia to make the quilts, right? So what we're using today is I'm going to use the beautiful pattern embossing folder. Then I'm going to be using phrases and frames, the stamp and the die set. Now you might be saying, I haven't seen those. Well, that's true, you haven't. These will be available beginning May 5th in the new annual catalog. And what's special about these is that Susan Campfield designed this stamp set once she hit her $1 million. So how cool is that? So I just had to have this because I love to follow Susan. She's such a sweet lady. And I was so fortunate to meet her at Onstage. So the only bad thing is I didn't take a picture with her. So next time. Next time when we're in Utah, I will definitely take a picture with her. All right, so we're going to start by scoring a piece of cardstock. This is just our basic cardstock. It's basic beige. And I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And the reason I'm doing this is because we can make 2 cards. We'll see how long it takes. If it doesn't take too long, I'll make the 2 cards. If it starts taking too long, then I'll just do 1 card. So I'm just going to score this once, and then we're going to cut it once, and then we'll have our 2 card bases. So I scored it at 4 1/4, and now I'm going to cut it at 5 1/2. And like I said, this gives me 2 card bases, and I can use them either today, or I can use one today and one another day. So let's step that aside. And my bone folder is right here, so we're just going to fold this in half. I'm just going to burnish that up. And we'll do the other one just in case, and why not, right? So, and what I've decided is I'm going to make 1 card portrait and 1 card landscape. So, how cool is that? All right, so this, like I said, should really come together fairly quickly. Put some of these things here. All right, so because I have all my DSP already cut up and my card bases and all that. All right, so let's move these aside. And I am using Delicate Dreams, the designer series paper, and Splendid Autumn. Now, the Delicate Dreams is on back order. It's supposed to be back in stock. Actually, I think by the time this video goes live, it should be back in stock. Splendid Autumn is on the last chance list, and I think it was like $7.80 for a pack, so grab that if you can. That was a beautiful set of 6x6 designer series paper. So I'm just laying these on here because I want to see my spacing, and looks like maybe bring these in a little bit more. Like about there, maybe. I feel like I didn't cut them correctly. I'm pretty sure I did because they're all the same size. All right, this is for my die cut, and this is for the other card. All right, so let me adhere these down. And what I'm going to do is I'll adhere these all down, and this way it'll give it some time to set. I haven't used this glue in a while. It'll give it some time to set so that when we run it through our embossing folder, you don't have to worry about it potentially oozing out. All right, so I've got my silicone craft mat here. Let's squeeze some on here. Oh, see, it's coming out in little dots. You know what? I need this one. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, we're going to set this aside so I don't stick anything in there. Okay, where were we? I want to make sure I get the right pieces. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, this is here and this is here. Okay, let's do this. And I don't think this paper has any direction. I think it's non-directional. So, remember I'm doing this one in horizontal or landscape. Yeah, see, I think I would make these a little wider, these pieces. Just think that they're a little too narrow. So I cut them down to it's 1 3/4 by 2.5. 1 3/4 by 2.5. I think maybe make it a little bit wider than 1 3/4. Maybe like 1 7/8 would work, I think, probably better. 1 7/8 by 2.5, I think might work much better. Because I just don't feel like, I think there's too much space in between, like around the sides and here, but not between each piece. So it's just me, I guess, right? I mean, you might like it that way. I personally don't. I like to have equal spacing all the way around. So, lesson learned. I should have measured these out beforehand. I actually saw this, I think on Facebook. Somebody had posted it. I took a screenshot of it, and I used her measurements, but really I don't like them. You know what I might do? I think I'm just going to trim just 1/8 of an inch on all these pieces. Okay, let's do that. We're going to try to do this all at once. Let's see. So this is 2.5. We're going to go to 2 3/8. Right, yes. Now you could do this with DSP and it should be fine. Yeah, so you cut all the way through. All right, let's do a dry fit again. So we have this piece here, this one here, put this here. Yeah, see, I like that better. Right? What do you think? Don't you think that looks better? Okay, so we're going to go with that. Well, we're going to have to go with that because it's cut down. So I can't change it. So I'm using the B side on my other card because this is a little more masculine. Kind of like a tweed pattern, I guess, right? So as I mentioned, I am adhering all these pieces down to give it time to set so that when we run it through the embossing folder, it doesn't shift on us. And what we'll do in between is I will stamp and die cut the labels for the front of the card. And I'm using basic beige, so I opted not to actually put a layer on the inside because it is a light colored layer, but you certainly can if you'd like. If you do, I would probably use like very vanilla. Yeah, see, don't you like this better with the spacing than this one? I do. Okay, so which one is the, that's going to go this way. This is horizontal. Okay. All right, so let's put the trimmer to the side. Keep these off to the side so that that can finish drying. And I'll get my cut and emboss machine. So here we go. All right, let's do some die cutting first. So I've got my scrap piece of basic beige, and this is the label that I'm using, or the die for the label. So basically what this does, and you'll see it, is it cuts all this out, so it's really pretty. And then this piece here also cuts out, so then that's what we're going to use to stamp our greeting on that. All right, so we're just going to line this up here. because I am going to run this through twice. Oops. There we go. All right, so let's see what we got here. So see what that did? I don't know if you can see that, but it's it basically embossed it. So I think that looks really pretty. And then this piece here, we're going to use to stamp our sentiment. All right, so now I'm going to do the other one. Same thing. So I'm just going to put this over to the side here, but I'm not going to move it because I still need to use the embossing folder. So let's just move these over. Let me put my, oh, this one didn't pop out. There we go. All right, so I'm going to, let's move this out of the way. Let's use some Versamark. And so this little piece here actually comes from the Stampin' Positioner. I found out by accident that you could actually use this by itself. Who knew? Anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to use this by itself. So I've got one that's going to go straight across, and actually both of them are going that way. Okay, yes, because they're both going horizontally. Okay, so let's do this. My question is, do I want to do happiest and then birthday wishes down below? I think I might do one that way, and then the other one I will do it straight. Let's do one straight across. How's that? We'll do the first one straight across, and then the other one we're going to stack them. Okay, so we're just going to stamp that right there. So I'm just positioning this right where I want it, and the stamp is not touching the cardstock yet. Let me zoom in for you. So once I press down on the stamp, then it makes contact with the paper, and then it stamps. And then it lifts up, and we'll pop that off. Set that aside. And then I'll do my embossing in just a minute. So let me clean this off though. I've got my chamois right here. I actually finally cut these down. I bought a new one and I cut them down. So that makes it easier. Now if we can get this in a little stamping spot, that would be awesome, right? Okay, so I'm going to do birthday wishes first. I'm just getting birthday wishes. I might also have the, oh, you know what I forgot to use? My embossing buddy. Shocking. All right, so I think I might have gotten the T a little bit. There we go. All right, so we're going to stamp birthday wishes down here. So again, I'm looking through it so I can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to press birthday wishes there. Lift that up. And we're going to clean that. And then we're going to do the same thing with happiest. Okay, so we're going to put that up. And then happiest. So, again, I'm going to just, with my finger, wipe off just in case I did get some there. Okay, then we're just going to go with happiest right above here, like so. And I know that you can't see where I stamped that, but I can kind of see it. Not perfectly, but kind of. Okay, so let me just wipe that clean quickly. All right, so now let's get our tweezers. You know what I need? I need a piece of scrap paper. And then we'll sprinkle our embossing powder. So this is gold. We now have the embossing powder. This is an old one, but it's the same thing. It's from another company called Wow embossing powder. To sprinkle some on that Y. Okay, that's one. don't know if I keep hitting that, but now the T's disappeared. You know what, I'm going to leave that one on the tweezer, and then we'll do this one. That. Oh wow, did you see that? I guess I must have gotten that a lot. Okay, we're going to have to do this one on the other side, because see how we got birthday wishes there? Yeah, we don't want that. So let me get my little paintbrush, and we'll just flip this over. No problem. But I think I'm just going to go straight across with this also, because I think it's just a little difficult to get this stacked. Just want to put this back in here. All right, now let's get this again in my Versamark. Okay, let's do this again. Actually, while I'm here, since I forgot to do it before, this might have helped. I'm going to do the other side as well. See, so no problem. No problem. Just flip it over to the other side. I think I already inked this, but just in case. All right, so we're going to do this again, straight across, and right here. Okay. All right, let's close this up. And then we'll add our Versamark, not Versamark, my embossing powder. Yes, much better. Much, much better. Okay, so let's put that aside. Let's throw this in here. Get my smaller brush. All right, so I am going to speed this up, and I'm going to silence it because it's going to get loud. Okay, and then we'll do the other one. So there you go. So pretty, so shiny. Just love embossing powder. I don't use it nearly enough. We're just going to have to use an embellishment over there. I think there was some powder on my tweezers. All right, so now that we have those done, let's set these over here because this card's just about done. So these should be pretty dry, and I'm going to emboss them now with Beautiful Patterns embossing folder. Embossing, heat embossing and dry embossing just really elevate your cards, I think. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. So, see, it's just this subtle, but it looks so, so pretty. Ooh, I've got this zoomed in quite a bit, don't I? Forgot all about that. All right, let's do the other one. And we'll glue those pieces down. All right. So we have our embossed pieces, just a subtle embossing. All right, so let me put these down. Just going to use some liquid glue. Put a little extra there because we have an embossing. And sometimes those little divots, it doesn't grab. Now I could actually elevate this, which I think I'm going to do that with the other one. So let's leave that. And then this one I'm going to put on dimensionals. Ooh, this one's going to go this way. Or should we go this way? I think we'll do that, and this one's going to be the portrait. All right, so let's get some dimensionals on this. I love adding the highlighters on the dimensionals, so then I can actually see which ones I've taken off. I mean, that's such a game changer. All right, so just looking for equal spacing there, and then we'll plop it down. So, okay. And let me put dimensionals on these. I think 3 should do it. Maybe even 2. 2 is fine. All right, that's done. Now these are going to go straight down, I think. Yes. So let me just add a little bit of glue. I think next time what I'll do is, because this is a little bit delicate, I might double this piece up just to make it a little bit thicker. All right, so we're just going to plop this in the center, like so. Doesn't that look so pretty? Just love this. Looks so pretty. That. And we'll do the same thing with this one. I'm not sure what that is over there, but it's staying there because nobody will see it. Well, you saw it, but the recipient won't see it. I love these points because it helps me to center it. Oops, I almost put that upside down. Almost. And so we're just going to drop it back in its little opening, like so. Pretty. Now, I was going to use the natural matte dots. These are part of the Delicate Dream Suite. However, these are also on back order. So, sitting on my desk were these bronze sequins that I think came from a paper pumpkin. So I thought I'd use these instead. I think they look great because it picks up the gold from the embossing. So we're just going to add a few of these. So, and then we'll add a bunch of little ones. I don't know where that one went flying. I'll probably find it later. Okay, so I'll put one. Actually, no, let's do this here. Do another one down here. There. And do the same thing here. And another one here. All right, there you go. Still don't know where that other one went flying. Oh, I think I found it. Somehow it got behind the card instead of the front of the card. I'm going to put that right there so we can use it on another card. All right, friends, there you go. What do you think? Doesn't that look pretty? And really so simple and so easy. And yeah, we made 2 cards. How fun is that? Not something that usually happens with me. So friends, let me know what you thought about that. I hope you give it a try. And I will have the measurements on my PDF, which will be available tomorrow in my newsletter. And if you're not signed up for my newsletters, please be sure to sign up so that you get the PDF. And then you also hear about all the fun things going on at Stamping Up. So if you're interested in ordering anything, you can either go to my online store and just place your order, or if you want, you can get in touch with me and I'd be more than happy to help you. Again, friends, thanks so much for subscribing, for watching my videos, for commenting. I really appreciate it and I appreciate you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.